Comics Plus, what is going on? My name is Akasan. How you guys doing? Get ready for your coffee and your protein drink and your tea. We're about to talk about Injustice. A lot of people have been asking me this morning, what do I think about the announcement that Warner Brothers has made? And the fact that Injustice, Gods Among Us animated movie has been officially announced by DC, Warner Brothers Animation. In the slew of less than 12 hours, 3 projects have been announced and are already underway by Warner Brothers. One being the Batman done by J.J. Abrams, Matt Reeves, and Bruce Timm. Some sort of reimagining of the Batman mythos. Oh boy. Second, which I'm kind of mixed on, but we'll see. Let's hope so. Let's just hope so, because only like one out of those 3 I have full confidence in. The rest, I don't know. But, you know, I know Bruce Timm has given us so much of Batman, so, you know. Then the second one is something about Superman for kids. I don't know, the dude from The Boys, Huey, is going to be doing the voice, whatever. And then finally, Injustice, Gods Among Us. And this is the big one that everybody has been asking me about, because obviously, you guys know I own all the versions of Injustice. I have it on my PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. I got it on my phone. I own the comic books. I'm a big fan of Tom Taylor. I've actually talked with Tom Taylor about this when BVS, in all its infinite wisdom, borrowing little bits and pieces from Injustice. Anyways, but we're not here to talk about that. I actually talked with Tom Taylor about that because there was just such a big issue about that Batman killing. Not saying that Batman actually kills in Injustice for the most part. You know, his particular standards, but the whole evil Superman thing, and we talked about that for a little bit, about the fact that, you know, well, Injustice is based on an alternative universe where Superman becomes evil. And you know, I'm very mixed on this situation, because it's something that we just talked about yesterday, is the fact that had Injustice, Gods Among Us, been adapted before the Snyder Cut, before BVS, or even around the time BVS came out or something like that, I think I'd be a little bit more up to it. But now we live in a world where there's just like the evil Superman archetype has been so big now, right here. You know, we got the I believe Ultraman, Homelander, Brightburn. Omni-Man is not necessarily evil, but he is, you know, of that, he's a Superman archetype. Jupiter's Legacy, you know, there's so many where it, like, I think this person puts it the best here. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. I don't know, when the evil Superman arc started becoming a trope, but has anyone got reading? Nope, this is actually, sorry, never mind, this isn't the one that I was looking for. There's another one that was saying where we live in a world at this point where the evil Superman is so normal that actually having a pure good Superman would be the shocking one, would be the edgy version of it, an actual Superman that does something right. You know, cue Superman and Lois fans, right? So we're back here with Injustice, and so I'm mixed on this, because don't get me wrong, Injustice is a really, really good story. It's a great story. The video game version of it is a little short, but you have this idea, and there's a lot of the basic concept is, in the video game version, something happens with Superman. The Superman as we know. The good Superman. Something happens with Superman, very similar to what Snyder was essentially alluding to and what happens, you know. I'm not gonna spoil it, but you can find out. And then he ends up killing the Joker. Like, fucking blowing a hole right through him. And that's the tipping point, right? Then video game version, as far as I remember, you fast forward to later. Our Prime Earth of Justice League heroes are teleported to this version where Superman killed Joker, and you see this dystopian sort of universe, a world, and Superman is like the overlord ruler. Essentially think BVS now. We got all these people wearing the Superman logos, like Nazism type of situation going on. Blah blah blah. They fight, and then the Prime Earth people win, and they help restore this evil universe back to normal. Injustice 2, I vaguely remember that story, something about Brainiac, but it was still really good. But that's a whole different situation. The comic version is the one that actually stands out a lot more. And this is my thoughts about it, is the fact that if they're going to do an animated version, they didn't really announce anything. And you know, with WB, how they are, they're just announcing things, but not really like much of a plan, or we don't know all the details. So I personally don't think you can tell this story. You cannot do this story justice in a 90-minute feature film. You might as well just play the video game if you want something like that, I guess. Or watch the cutscenes on YouTube, which some people have, right? Because if they're gonna go that route, you know, I feel like we've been seeing that story a lot already. Multiverse, evil Justice League versus whatever, right? We've also gotten that with the Flashpoint animated series, animated adaptation. But if they're going to base it on the comic book, that's where things get a little more interesting, because the comic book, for the most part, takes place before the actual video game. So then you start to really see this growth of evil Superman. It's not instant. It's not just one thing. It's not just one thing that happens to him. That's a big tipping point. But you slowly start to see Superman's psychology and his thought process of justice change, because more and more things keep happening. Him killing the Joker was just kind of one of those things of like, everybody in the DC universe is like, shit, it's about fucking time. that was legit the main thing that the two little takeaways, because I'm pretty sure they're never gonna get to it in any other version, but in the comic, the two big things that I remember after Superman just blows a hole through Joker, he goes into the Batcave, and one of them is Damian's just like, yeah, good job, Superman, you finally did what Batman couldn't. Right in front of Batman, it was like, you finally did what needs to be done, and Batman's like, whatever. And then Alfred, this might have taken place in the same scene, but I'm not sure. But Alfred comes and gives Clark some tea or something like that. Here you are, sir, or something like that. And Clark is like, no, Alfred, you don't need to call me. You know it's still me. You don't need to call me that. And he's like, let's make sure you remember that then. And I'm like, damn, Alfred, because already people are feeling it's exactly what Tyler was talking about before, about doing the good thing as Superman is much harder than doing the easy thing, right? Because look, Superman just killed a dude. He just killed Joker. Like, what's to stop him from killing anybody else at this point, right? So anyways, there's just this slow growth that happens that puts Superman in the place of where he is now, in terms of becoming the evil Superman. So it's beautifully written, but it's something that was crafted over issues and issues and issues, and it needed a lot of time for that to finally sink in. So I just don't know if they're going to really do it justice. My money is on the fact that they probably won't. I cannot see them investing so much money into doing an Injustice series, but I certainly can see them just shoving something together for a 90-minute animated feature, which I don't think will not do. The whole point, the whole issue, the brilliance of Injustice is Tom Taylor's writing in this mental and physical. Actually, there's a time where he's actually playing chess with Flash while fighting or something like that in super speed, and they're having talks about politics and policies and how to fix the world and make it better. Chess. So I guess that's generally my concept. That's my thought right now on Injustice. Is it's interesting that they announced it, but I don't know. I don't have much hope for it. It's for me. It's like Jim Lee's Hush. I just rather just keep it on paper where it belongs, and you know, let's hope for the best. Red Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think about this. Are you excited about it? Are you down with it? Do you want to see it? What kind of form do you want to see it? And you know, something to keep in mind again is, like, in my mind, because it's animated, because it was a video game, we've already essentially seen an animated story of it. You can look at it on YouTube right now. It's already animated. I can't imagine, unless they're coming out with some crazy animation studio that we have yet to see recently, like that's gonna be like blow us away. Like Studio Mappa in secret has been working on this or something like that. Like, like, I just don't really see what the benefit here is in doing it in another animated form, because we've already seen like this CG computer version of it in the video game. But whatever, you do whatever the fuck you want. WB, just put me as one of the voices. Just I'll take over for Kevin Conroy. Later, y'all.